Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farmer's Dynasty. So today we are going to hopefully get our combine back to our field, and I'm also hoping that that means that we'll be... Oh, I don't want to do that, I want to do that. So yeah, we've got two fields over here that are ready for harvest. The thing is though, we don't have a trailer in order to tow the corn. Not really sure what we're supposed to do with that. I'm thinking that we could harvest the wheat field. We could try something that, but then, yeah, I mean, maybe the canola, and we can try and sell the canola. That might help. I really don't know. Let's get this one back. Anyway, that's the first thing we want to do, is we want to get this one home, and then we can take a look around, and we can sort of find out what else we've got. So we've got, is there any more... no, I've got to stop doing that. I want to do this. What do we got over here? We got, seems to be an old manure spreader by one of these farms. Talk to the owner. And then this one is an old hay wagon. That one is an old fertilizer spreader. Well, those are all great. Steve, you can exchange for an old grain trailer. That's what we want. We're going to need a grain trailer. I also want a way to get around. I've got no way to get around the valley. So we're going to go to the vehicle store and see what we can do over there. First of all, though, we're going to go forward a little bit. And the brakes on these things are terrible. Move discharge. Hitch the grain header. There we go. So I've got the grain header. But then there's the corn header over there. I'm going to need that one at some point. And lights, cruise control. Oh, T is cruise control, isn't it? So let's stick the cruise control on this bad boy. And you are really very hungry. Your shoelaces look deceivingly, it's supposed to be, like pasta. This is a bit of a rough old track coming down here, but it still works. So we'll bring this one down through. We're going to hopefully at some point very soon be able to start harvest, but obviously we can't do that without a grain trailer. I also need to find out where I can sell the grain, because we can only store one type of grain in our silo. We can't store multiple types of grain. We've only got one silo, which means that we could, if we store the wheat in there, we can't do anything with the canola, and if we get canola in there, we can't do anything with the wheat. I'm thinking we want to keep the wheat, because the wheat, I'm hoping that we could buy chickens and we could feed it to chickens. I'm not really sure how it works, but I'm assuming it's kind of like that. Right, let's bring this one on. I've not seen any cars driving up and down the road, so we don't need to worry too much about it. We're in this, I think we're supposed to be in the States, so I'm going to go on this side of the road just in case. Even if we're on mainland Europe, we still want to be on this side of the road. I don't think we're in the UK or Australia, so yeah, we'll stick with this one. We'll see what happens. Do I want to go in the front? Actually, I think I do. I think I want to go in here, so let me just stop right there. Exit harvester is... Why does it keep going to that one? It keeps defaulting on that one. And I want to go there and then open that gate there so that I've got plenty of room to get in. And this, I mean, this combine is extremely noisy. It's a very, very noisy. You really are very hungry. Your stomach feels like an old volleyball. Yeah, if we just take a look at the map a second. No, not the map. Press tab. There we go. Look at this. Oh, food 3. I'm wondering what happens if we'll let the food go all the way down to 0 and we'll see what happens. I know that animals can die of starvation, but I don't know if people can die of starvation. So we'll find out very soon if I actually die of starvation or not. I'm kind of hoping I don't, because we've done a lot of work. I mean, I suppose it's not really going to be all that bad, because we haven't really gone very far in this particular save. So we'll see what happens when we do get to starvation period. And we come through there. So there's our greenhouse that we tidied up. We've got some tomato plants in there. We've got one silo there. Now we've got a wheat field and we've got a canola field. So if we'll park this one up. We haven't got a grain trailer yet. We do need a grain trailer. So there's one thing that we're going to work on getting in a minute. I'm going to stop there. Header up or down. So if I go... I just press R. It lowers the header down like that. That's all we need to do, I think. Oh, no. I want to go like that, and then I want to climb off like this. Food 0. Right, food is absolutely 0. I'm wondering what's going on. Apparently you start to feel dizzy and things like that. I'm running around. It's not saying anything to me. Are we going to start, like, is everything going to go really weird for us? Something like that. Now, we've got a tractor. If we're going to go and get a grain trailer, we probably want to take the tractor with us. You're really very hungry. You might eat a frog. Alive. There was supposed to be consequences for this, wasn't there? It said something about getting dizzy and not being able to do stuff. You slow down, your reactions slow down, things like that. this is what I'm doing. I'm just trying to find out if we can sort of make anything happen while we're running around. Feeling dizzy. Doesn't look like it. We'll eat that burger, I think. You know what? I'm going to work on this door a second. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to repair the old planks like this. Get that door all up to scratch. And we're going to this one as well. We get this door here up to scratch. Excellent. That's looking good. Engineer's site. So we got to work on the walls going around. Your animals live here. Keep this building in good shape so that your flock grows healthy. We've got 1,000 kilos of hay is stored in there already. So if I look on the engineer's site in here, I've got hen food 100 kilos, 10%. So we do have some hen food. Let's go over to the silo and we'll see what's over there. I'm not really sure what this is. Magazine, seeds and fertilizers bought in agro store transferred here. From there you can load them into your seeders or fertilizers. So they go up into there and you've got a fuel tank in there. Let's open this one up a minute and see what we got in here. There's nothing in there. Open. Right, so we look. Grain storage. Oh, I see. That's bags. That's what it is. I wonder what that was. Your stomach feels like an old volleyball. You're really very hungry. I'm not getting anything strange happen to me yet. I'm deliberately leaving it until something bad happens to me, just to see if there's like serious consequences. So far, there doesn't seem to be serious consequences. Whoa, steady. That wasn't things going wrong. Right, grain here, capacity 20,000 kilos. Place trailer to retrieve grains from your storage. Trailers contain only one sort of grain. If you pour different grains you already have, you'll lose them. So this is a grain store. Oh, I see. Right, I think you get one grain storage up here, and you've also got another one down here. Let's run through this way. We'll leave all these doors open for a minute because we can run in and out. You've also got this grain storage over here, silo. That's got a capacity of 50,000. So we got some grain there, and so what do we got over here? This is hay storage over here. String trimmer. We've got a strimmer in there. I haven't really looked around the farm very much yet, have I? Yeah, we got a strimmer right there, so we can do a little bit of work with that one at some point soon. So this one here, grain storage. Alternative to your silo, you can store other grains. Only one sort can be stored here. It's your choice. Just don't try to mix any. Empty capacity, grain disposal. Empty capacity 20,000. Right, so there's nothing actually in there at the moment. So we'll be able to bring the canola into that one, and we can put the wheat into that one. You're really, really very hungry. It's just going to keep telling me that at the moment. I don't think that we're going to get any actual consequences for being hungry. I'm going to eat, though. I'm still going to eat. We'll eat that hamburger, so we're up to plus 90 on food. And change that over to this one. So I want to go to my tractor. Ooh, careful. Go around all that lot. We go onto the tractor, and we're going to drive this one over to where the other area is. So I got that one. I've already unhitched that one. Look on the map. Now, if I look down here, this is the one that I want to go to. I want to get down here. So in order to... hang on. There. In order to get to that one, I want to go out of the farm. I want to turn right, and I want to follow that road until I get to the junction. And then I want to turn right... no, I want to turn left out of the farm. And then I want to turn right, and I want to go over here. And then I want to turn right again so I can go to the vehicle store first. So I want to come out of here. And I'll go up that hill and we'll go out that way. Hopefully this is going to be a little bit faster than using the... do those sunflowers actually do anything? It'd be pretty cool if we could harvest those sunflowers. Yeah, we'll go up here rather than going out the front entrance. This should take us up onto the same road. At least that's what I'm hoping. And then we go from there. So we got a bit of a road here. Let me stop a minute. And where am I? Right, that's my tractor up there. We're coming onto this road here. I do actually need to turn this way now. Turn right here, and this takes us onto the main road, where we turn left, and then we follow that one, and then we take the next right, I think. I think this is the way that we've got to go. So we come on around there, like that. People have been telling me about these tractors, and apparently, yes, this is a four-wheel tractor. I mean, sort of three-wheel, four-wheel. But you do actually get three-wheel tractors where it's just one, and the difference between those and these is the weight. It's purely the weight. So the two wheels close together, rather than being one wheel, they just act like more of a front weight, and they keep that front down on the ground more. It's better for heavy draft vehicles, and so that's sort of why they're made like that, I guess. Apparently they are very, very stable, because I believe the back wheels are actually wider than a standard tractor. If you've got a standard four-wheel tractor, I believe the wheels on these are actually wider on the back, and it does make them very stable. They're also very, very maneuverable, because when you've got a tractor, any tractor, you can steer it using the rear brakes, right? There's just a thing that you can do, is you can steer it using the brakes. We're up there. I need to actually just keep going along this road for a little while. And you have independent brakes on every single tractor. And I guess some very, very old tractors might not have independent brakes, but you've got two pedals. And normally you keep the pedals joined together. But when you're doing some sorts of heavy draft work, you will use independent brakes, and you press one brake for one side, and so the other wheel is still moving, and when the diff lock is not on, you jam on the brake on one, and the tractor will spin right round with the wheel that the brake is on will literally stand still. And any experienced tractor driver will tell you that steering the tractor using nothing but a brake pedal is entirely possible, and sometimes it's the only option you've got. There are circumstances where you've got to steer using the brake pedal because the front wheels aren't really doing a lot. And it always happens. There's always different situations where this applies. So, yes, apparently these tractors are particularly good for brake steering. They're particularly useful for it. Right, we're going in the right direction. We need to keep on along here, and eventually over the top of this hill we should get to the dealership. I was just looking to see if you can see how much fuel is in this thing. You can call for a tow truck and it will pull you out and refuel you, but it will cost you 200 euros. How do you tell how much fuel is in the tractor? This is something that I'm not sure about. I'm going to try and find somewhere to refuel. We're going to try and find we do have that at the farm. There is a place. We'll go over here. It's farm machinery that we're heading to. So we're going to cut across here. Apparently, so long as you don't actually go on... If you go onto somebody's field, they get upset with you and you lose social points. This is a bad, bad thing to happen. Oh, it's saying cruise... No, I don't know if it's the cruise bit down the bottom left there. I'm getting some funny glitches going on with the graphics at the moment. I think that's just because of like the way the Steam and stuff is working and the rate that it's uncovering stuff. Oh, no! I was hoping I could like break that one off and it would have an actual like decent sound to it as you snapped it off, kind of like in Gold Rush. But no, apparently we can't do that. That is not an option for us. Let's go over here and get into the fuel station. It might be that yellow bar. That yellow bar might be something to do with fuel. So if we pull up here, let's see how this works. Exit, enter gas station. I'll stop right there for enter. Right, so we've got buy 10.3 for 15 euros 43. Buy 1,000 litres to the home tank. I don't want to buy 1,000 litres. I just want to buy that at the moment. So we'll buy that there. And see, I'm not sure if that bar on the side has gone up or not. A tractor like this isn't really going to use a huge amount of fuel. Fuel is not really going to be a major concern. But here we have new machines. And it's said, I have read in the tips at the beginning that exit... There we go. I've read in the tips at the beginning that new machines are far better. You want new machines for your stuff. You don't want the old stuff. We've got Lindner right here. Lindner GeoTrack 134 EP. What's the EP? Oh, I see. Social points with discount. Right. So, Lindner Geo... Oh, it's the type. Lindner GeoTrack 134 EP. Price 90,000 euros. It's got 144 horsepower. Fuel tank 145. Transmission CVT times 2. You can pay the full retail of 90,000 euros, or you get it at half price of 45,000 and use 90,000 social points. So that's what the social points are for. Discounts. The pickup here is 40 grand or 20 grand and 40,000 points. We have 7,000 points and 500 euros. We are not buying anything like that anytime soon, so it looks like our only way of getting around at the moment... Oh, good gravy, look at this thing. Look at this thing. That is some fertilizer spreader, that is. That is impressive. Where's the combine? Is there a combine? It said that you can get combines. I want a new combine. I'm looking around. I'm looking in the shop. I'm not seeing anything. How do I get the combine? There's got to be a combine here somewhere. I'm going to be bitterly disappointed if there isn't a new combine in this game. I'm guessing that one is on the list of things still to arrive. Because there isn't one at the moment. There's a great big slurry spreader there. If I look at the map, we've got the machinery dealership there. Now, if I can zoom out that far. That one there is the agricultural store. We've got here the agricultural market. Wheat price, €360 per tonne. Canola is 792 per tonne. Yeah, see, I'm thinking that I want to sell canola as soon as we've harvested it. Gas station over there. And, oh, there's another vehicle store over there. Right. I missed that one completely. And another vehicle store up there. So there's vehicle stores all over the place. Train station. Place to meet people, trade, or ask for work. Place to relax. Couple places to relax. Then there's the mill over here. It's a family business. It buys only selected grains and sells flours to the local bakeries. You may possibly get better prices here. Wheat is €576 a tonne. Barley is 701. And then here, barley is 460. Wheat is 360. So yes, we do get a better price, but you've got a lot further to carry the stuff. Anyway, we want to get down there now, so we've taken a look around here. I was hoping to try and find a vehicle that would go a little bit faster than this old Jack Bear, but apparently such a thing does not yet exist. At least not over here and not within our price range. Well, you can use a different camera mode. You can use the one where you're sat on the tractor, which is actually pretty good, except that exhaust pipe is too low. You wouldn't normally have the exhaust pipe that low because obviously as you're driving along, those exhaust fumes are going straight into your face. There is no way you would do that. You just wouldn't. The exhaust pipe would be a lot higher so that it's going well above your head. But yeah, other than that, I do like this. I don't know if you can see the independent brakes on this one or not. I don't think you can. Let's try changing the camera angle again and see if we can zoom in and see the independent brakes. Doesn't look like they're going to show up. Oh well. Never mind. On with the show. We've got to get all the way over there yet. There's the windmill that we want to get to eventually. Except we're not using that one today. The problem with keyboard steering is you just give the slightest tap in any direction and it tends to oversteer ever so slightly in that direction. So I go that way and then I try to straighten up and it straightens up too much. And now we're going straight, but I need to be bearing around a corner and you can see it's an ongoing struggle with trying to keep this thing on the straight and narrow. Really doesn't like it. When you've got more corners, it becomes much less noticeable, but it is there. It's a constant issue. A very great part of me wants to just keep going straight down into the water and see if we can drive this bad boy into the water, just to see what happens. We might do that at some point. We might do a test and see if we can. Talk to Steve and see if there's something you can do in exchange for the old grain trailer. Check map for updated objectives, and he will be just up here somewhere. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, he's right there, so he's just next to us. And we can remove that star from the map. So if I bring him... I'll bring this tractor in over this way. In round the back. We don't want to go too close to him just yet. I'm going to bring that one there, and then I'm going to save my progress, because the constant graphical glitches that we get as we go along does make me think that we're probably going to have another game crash at some point fairly soon. So I'm very, very aware of the fact that this might happen. So I'll take this one over nearer the trailer, not right up to it, just in case that triggers something as well. Well, there's our trailer sat under the tree, or eventually will be our trailer. And where is Steve? There's Steve. Let's go and have a little chat. How you doing, Steve?
Hello. Can I help you?
I am new around here, looking for a job, interested in farming machinery.
Sounds good. These buildings are falling apart, and I know nothing about construction. I have an old grain trailer. I can spare if you help me. Interested?
Yeah, sounds good, but what if we say it's too much effort? No, I don't think we'll do that,
Sure,
just in case it upsets
I'll do it
him.
for the trailer.
Right. Met Steve, you receive 50 social points, and now we have to do the job. Check map, fix the greenhouse. Are we going to have to fix all of his buildings like we did for Cara? Not for Cara, for Jenny, was it? Right. Fix the greenhouse, grain trailer, and 100 social points. Yeah, but is it going to keep us going? Is it going to keep making us do loads of extra things? Now, fixing the greenhouse is a time-consuming job. We know this. We've done this before. We've sort of been on this. You don't really need to know a lot about construction to do this. I don't know why he can't do it. But we will keep working through it. It shouldn't actually take all that long. Much is it looks like there's a chunk of the roof needs doing as well. I'm thinking this time I'm going to go on top of the roof and do it rather than from inside. It seems to be quicker to work on the outside of the thing and get onto the roof and do it like that instead of in underneath. So we'll come out that side and... oh, we can't get in that way. So let's run around the front and just do these bits. There we go. And we got the door frame all the way around and then the actual door itself. If it'll let me. There we go. Repair the rusty metal on that one. And then there's 4 sections to do up there. We can just reach it. We got very long arms, see. We're good like that. We got extremely long range on our arms, which does make a big difference. Just these bits on the end, and then oop, there's one more to do there. Then we need to climb up and get up onto the roof. So if we just go here, and I want to go to that one there, put the scaffold up. We'll run up here, and I don't want that one, I want this one. I am curious to see if it's going to be using our own metal. If we go to, not that one, to this one, rebuild rusty metal with metal, is that what we want to do instead? Does it cost us to do this? Are we using up our own metal supplies to do that? It does look pretty swish if you do that. However, I'm thinking that we want to just do it like this. Let's jump up on here, and then we can run down along here, just cleaning. I think cleaning it is what we want to do. I don't think we want to be renewing it with new materials all the way down, just in case it's using our materials. I don't actually know. And it's not a risk that I really want to take because it's very costly. I would guess that eventually the metal is going to be costing us money. And if we're using up our metal to repair other things repair things for other people, when in fact all we really need to be doing is just cleaning off the rust, that is going to be a very, very costly mistake to make. 2 left on the roof, and then we've done up here. We've just got the bits inside, which is the tables. He's also got that shed. I suspect we're going to end up repairing that shed as well. I'd be very surprised if we don't, to be honest. The way this game seems to be working out, and the way that the folks around here seem to take you on for a job and don't tell you about the extras but then refuse to pay you until you've done all of the extra stuff as well. Bit cheeky, I think. It's definitely a bit cheeky, but, you know, I suppose that they are driving a hard bargain. Obviously, we'll remember this when we come to be selling some of our stuff, and we certainly won't be giving them mates rates on... buying and selling any of the grain. Oh no, not if they're going to be doing this to us to start with. We'll remember this when we come to sell them grain. We're not going to give them any price reductions or anything like that. So let's finish this one off and check map for fix the barn. Yeah, how did we know that was going to happen? We're going to have to just do everything for him. So let's just very quickly run around and see how quickly we can do this. Getting a little hungry. Right, repair the old planks on here. That one's actually going to be pretty quick. Do that one. We got a piece right at the top there. I'm going to go round the edge and I'm going to do the bit at the bottom first. And that's actually pretty quick to do that one. We got this one here to do. This one's got a whole load of timber that needs added in on there. There we go. Beautifully done. I'm actually pretty good at this, even if I do say so myself. As that one up there is actually the bits at the top. There is just those overhanging pieces because the doors themselves are in pretty good nick. Actually, no. Apparently this... is it? No, it's there. It's on this side. That one also needs to be repaired. So the door is okay, but it's just the framework around the door that needed some work on it. Engineer's site, we got a bit of work that needs doing here on the bricks. They got to be pointed in again. There's some bricks are breaking out, but they've... literally, all you've got to do with that is you just got to rake out the old mortar. The bricks themselves are usually pretty good, and then you fill back in with the mortar. That there, obviously, you do actually need some new bricks. So you just dig out the broken bricks, and then you put them back in. We've put in a whole new lintel on there. You don't just pour a bit of concrete. That's actually a pre-cast item that you go and get. But there is pretty much what we're doing. New bricks up the top. And here... again, this is just a case of raking out the bricks and replacing with a bit of mortar in there. Fairly simple little task, that one. We got up here, there's a few cracks Yeah, that's again, it's some fairly simple work done. And this one here. So we've not had a huge amount to rebuild with the bricks, which is good, really, because that's probably my least favourite aspect of having to do any kind of building work. I prefer working with timber than I do with bricks. And, well, if I'm really sort of lining it up, timber is my favourite, then red bricks, and then concrete blocks is my least favourite. I don't really like working with concrete blocks. A little door on there that had to have a little bit done to it, and then we've got framework over here that needs doing. This is actually really, really simple stuff to do. This is just hanging new boards down, because the main framework does seem to be in pretty good nick. We'll come back onto here. Now, where can I put this one? I want to put one over there. I put you there. Well, I want a ladder. I want to be able to get up. I want to get up onto the roof. Bring it. There we go. There's our ladder. That's the one that we want. Okay, and then we can go back onto this one. So we'll go up the ladder. I'm going to go through. Let me through. Just didn't want to let me through. It's because we want to go up again. That's why. It's I'm getting stuck. I need to climb up this bit here, and I need to be on here so that we can go on the roof, and we can do these gable ends here as well. So if you look, yeah, that's all in pretty bad nick. So we got 4. Actually, I think it does the whole thing all the way across, doesn't it? Yes. So that's that piece done there, and then we can work onto the roof. We've also got the other gable end that we're going to need to do as well, so we will work on that one as well. And the roof is pretty quick. Now, once again, the gradient of the roof is not particularly steep, so I'm happy to walk around on this. The timber themselves are fairly robust. It's only the boards that are needing replacing. So I'm quite happy to wander about on here. And that one's fine. We got this one here to do. Repair the old wooden planks on there. Just a few boards in. This next one is... So this end has got felt on it. Or it's what we call felt. Or tar paper, bitumen paper, whatever you want to call it. It's basically... It's not actually paper. It's a roll of... It's tar that's rolled up. And so you replace the timbers underneath. Then you roll out fresh tar paper all the way across. You don't just do little bits. Although this does, it actually seems to be in tiles. I've worked with those tiles a little bit. Not very much, though. I was never very impressed with them. I didn't like them very much. I prefer just rolling out the sheets of the stuff. It's a lot easier and it's a lot quicker to work with it. And it's just as good. I've never had any complaints with it. I've never had any problems with the roll of the stuff rather than the little tiles that we're currently using. But there we go, we got that one on. I got a couple more there, and then I've just got to take that scaffold down, run around the front, and we got one last gable end to do. I think that is then the shed complete. Right, we'll rip all of that scaffold down, run around to this. I tell you what, I do want to just look inside a minute. Let's go on to this one, and we'll open the door and take a look in here and see if... Oh, that's not good. The main framework has got some issues as well. This isn't good. I mean, I know that it's the planks down there, but yes, there are some actual some supporting timbers in here that are in not very good condition. This is not very good at all. We got that one right there. So we got, yeah, there's a main strut there that is broken. Wow. Okay, we should have checked in here first because we've been running around on the roof, and some of this is in pretty bad condition. We could have, yeah. I was not expecting that. We've got this little sort of extra piece that's been put inside. This one I'm not particularly worried about. It's not a load-bearing wall in any way. It's just literally just a separation area. It's just an area that's like separating it from the rest of the barn. But no, the issue here is those main supports up there. Those are the bits that actually help to keep the barn upright without toppling over. It's those triangles are the strongest shape you'll ever get in any kind of engineering, and some of those triangles are broken. That is the problem. You look up through there, I mean, those there, they're okay, but when the triangles start to break, that is the bit that causes the problems, because there's nothing then stopping it from leaning over, and it's those there, like that one there, that one, and there was another one over here somewhere as well. I can't remember. I think it was that side. But anyway, and we had one back down there. Those triangles are what hold barns together. And is it any building? You look at any building and you will notice that there are triangles all over it. If those actual triangles start to break, we've got some serious problems on our hands. We like some serious problems. You look in the roof of your house. You go around and you look in the roof of your house. You look anywhere on any building, and you will see that they are made out of triangles. Triangles are the thing, and it's everywhere on all of the buildings. You will notice triangles. I mean, just look here. See, you've got the little triangle there and one over there. You've got some in there and on those corners. That's what is holding these buildings together. That's what stops them from toppling over. So if you have those triangles removed, bad things can happen. Very bad things can happen. Let me go there. Right, this is the one that I want. And I could just about reach it from here. We should be okay to do it from here. Just put that last little bit up. And job done. Return to Steve and claim your reward. Okay, that was actually quicker than working for... was it Jenny? I can't remember now. I want to go back to that one. There we go. We take that one off. And let me just save before I speak to him, just in case something bad happens. Right, game saved. Let's speak to Steve and get our trailer. Hi, Steve.
All fixed.
Good to hear that. Thank you. Now, you may take the trailer. It's yours.
Thanks. See you around.
Steve seems to be really fond of you. Excellent. He does seem a little bit strange, does Steve. I will give him that. But he seems harmless enough. Right, let's go and get our trailer. It's over there. We want to get the tractor. We need to hitch on that trailer, and then we need to head back home because it's starting to get late. And if we take a look at our own condition, food is 52, sleep is 39. We don't have a lot of food on us, but I think we can just go and buy food without too much difficulty from different places. We now have a trailer. This means that we will be able to harvest our corn, and we can then either put it somewhere. Steve's job completed to receive grain trailer and 100 social points. There we go. So we've got 7,100 points. Back up a little bit. There we go. Hitch that one on. Right. I'm curious. I want to see. Let me climb out a minute and see what the hitch situation is like on here. It does sort of twist on there rather than twisting the trailer. I don't think that's particularly realistic on there. Yes, the graphics are not great on this. Like, having the top link on there is... You wouldn't normally have the top link like that. You would normally... Well, what we used to do is we'd actually strap it to the side of the lower link if we weren't using it, or take it off completely. And we used to have a toolbox that we'd manufacture and put on the side. I'm talking about a Massey 35 rather than an old John Deere. But you get the idea. A lot of farmers used to put a toolbox on the side up here for all of these things. You'd have various different pins and stuff that would go in the back. They would all be kept in the toolbox as well. So yeah, that top link wouldn't stay there. That definitely wouldn't stay there. And the trailer, the graphic of the trailer is slightly pushed into the tractor, but overall it doesn't seem too bad. Let's see how it works with driving along and see what it looks like visually as we drive along. This is quite important to me. Is the attention to this kind of attention to detail does make a difference. Overall, I'm quite pleased with the attention to detail that they have demonstrated so far in this game. There's some slight inaccuracies, like the fumes, the diesel going straight into his face there. That's a slight, slight inaccuracy on that, but overall, it's not too bad. I do love the feel of this old trailer, though. This one does look very good. What is the actual capacity of this trailer? Also, the trailer doesn't look very good. It looks a bit broken. And if you look at that, you can see that the piece of the bar on this side definitely needs a bit of welding work, doesn't it? Or it needs something on there. Personally, I don't actually know anything about welding. I can't weld. I've never learned how to do it. So my approach would be to drill a few holes along, rather than welding that back together, cutting it and welding it. My personal approach would be to drill a few holes along there and get another piece of steel and bolt it in. That I can do. I'd be able to do that without any problem. But welding, I've never learned it. It's just never a skill that I've acquired. Everywhere that I've worked has always had somebody that does the welding, so it's never really been something I've had time to learn. Anyway, we now have to get home. We got over 2 kilometers to get through. We've got a little bit of sway on the trailer as we're traveling along, and that is actually realistic. You would actually get this little bit of play, especially with an older machine like this, an older trailer like this. All those joints on there will be very, very loose and nothing really holding them. Every single joint on there will have been loose and worn down, so there's going to be a little bit of play on it. And with so many joints on a turntable trailer like this, or a fifth wheel trailer, if that's what you call them, they do tend to sort of rock around a bit. You do get this kind of play as you're traveling along, so I do like that. That is a very cool little detail. Considering how old this tractor is, those lights are pretty effective. There are some very powerful beams that he's got dazzling the world out from there. So obviously the rest of the tractor has sort of been left to disintegrate a little bit, but the lights themselves, they've actually been modernized just a tiny bit. That's got to be some halogens on there. That's got to be halogen lamps on there. I'm sure of it. You wouldn't get that kind of bright dazzle from a standard light bulb, would you? Well, at least I don't think you would. And it's also a very white sort of light, which is again making me think more leaning towards a halogen bulb rather than any other type. Thinking about that though, it could actually be LEDs, couldn't it? They do those now for vehicles, so it could be an LED light. They also do those in a brilliant white like this. I mean, it's kind of that cool white as well, so like they've got a blue filter in them. And you definitely get those with LEDs. I've got LEDs like that in my house, although I don't actually have them on a vehicle. But I know that they're very good with the lights now. They can have the LED cluster, and then it gets brightened up with the mirrors and that in behind it, and that's what really produces the brightness on it. Right, we can turn off just here, pull in onto our own land. That field to the right is not ours. However, down here to the left, this is our land. All of it. We've got those two fields there. We've got one of wheat and one of canola. So we do need to get started on the harvest soon. I'm thinking we will probably harvest in our next episode. We fixed the grain silo. That's ready to go. We may do a little bit of repair work first before we go doing anything else. But we now have everything here ready to roll. We can actually harvest this field if we want to. Let me just stop there, turn the lights off, and exit the tractor. So it's very dark now. Do I have a torch? I'm pressing L for lights. I don't have a torch by the look of it. So we've got that work up there, and I do think that we could do repairing some of this stuff. I think that would make a significant difference. Magazine. Right, yeah, that's that one on the wall there. Look at that house. We've been sleeping here. I mean, inside the house, it doesn't actually look too bad, but when you look at it from here, that's looking pretty grim. We really need to get up on that roof and do something about that. I'm hoping to do that soon, but see, it's how soon do we want to do it? What do we need to be dedicating our time to? We do get 20,000 points if we can repair this place. So maybe we should do that before... Ooh, I don't want to do that. I want to go up here. Maybe we should do this first. Home sweet home here. 20,000 social points. Completely renew your farm. That does mean going over everything, and it says completely renew. Is that just repair? Because repairing is actually fairly cheap. We can just go around and we can do it. I'm thinking that we might do that before we do the harvest. We will go through and we'll repair everything so that we got our farm up to scratch, and then we can always renew it later on, and like upgrade the materials that it's all made out of, that sort of thing. So I'm thinking that might be what we try and do in our next episode. Just close that door there. We will see about doing some, yeah, what have we got over here? Can we use any of this stuff? Look like we can. But yeah, we will see about renewing this farmhouse before we start worrying about doing our work in the field. Before we start worrying about that harvest, the first thing that we will do is we'll renew the farm. And then the next episode after that, so next week, then we'll worry about actually doing some harvest, because that means that we'll have our grain storage and stuff like that. We'll be able to start, we'll be able to store what we want, and hopefully we'll be able to get some chickens as well. I'll see if I can find out a little bit more about those tomatoes that we've got to work on. So tomorrow's episode, we're going to start working on this house. We've got the trailer. We've got everything ready so that we can harvest. So next thing that we'll do is we'll make sure that the farm is ready so that we've got proper grain storage for all the different grains, and we've got somewhere that we can have some animals and get that sort of thing going as well. Right, let's see my condition and everything. I've got 34, and I'm going to sleep before I do anything else, and then we can go on, and I want to sleep in there. And then once we've slept, we can see about getting some food, and that is going to be it. So 100 sleep, but food is 33. So if we get some food, we'll be all ready for work tomorrow. You know, it'd be a good idea if I closed the door to the outside. I'm just leaving this one open. It's a bit sloppy. I shouldn't be doing that. Close that one up like that. There we go. So yeah, if you enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. Let's go in here and enter the pantry. So we've got all of our stuff here. I really don't know how I'm supposed to... I want to take some milk here. Move to your inventory. 1, and we'll take 2. There we go. I don't know how I'm supposed to be getting extra food or canning stuff. I think I've got to go and buy it. I think that's what I got to. Once you're married, it did say that when you're married, you can have... your wife will make you extra things, which is really cool. So we got 55 from the tomato soup. So we'll eat some tomato soup. It takes us up to 87. That's brilliant. That'll a really good place to start. And I think we will start working in the house. So we will carry on from here. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.